are so excited to be on the campus of Kenyon College here at the Kenyon Inn to talk about the Snowflake Gala, which just happened on Friday night. I have a whole group of wonderful people with us, and we're going to introduce them as we share the exciting news about this event. Sam and Paula Baroni, you have been here since the beginning of this event when it was just a dream. So give us an overview of how this event has come to be and how important it is for Kenyon to host this event.
Well, I think it's been 12 years in person, including 2 years virtual that this has been going on. And to me, when I think of the Snowflake Gala, I think of Mr. Stroud, in whose honor we gather, who was a Kenyon alum, so nice connection there. I think it's important for Kenyon to host it because it's an outreach to the community. It lets students know that, further in their lives they can be philanthropists and they can care for others in their community. And we know that the students at Kenyon have been hard at work bringing in their donations of canned goods and so on. So I think it's just a nice extension of that. And hopefully the community enjoys being on the campus. And this year we added some nice little Kenyon touches. The tables were named in honor of some of the iconic buildings here at Kenyon. We honored one of our own, Tom Stamp, in the Founders Award. So there are those nice connections, I think.
Well, Sam, it has become what I consider and what many in the community consider to be the premier holiday event for Knox County. Do you want to share your thoughts on that?
Well, we like to think that, and we Paul and I can't take credit for being here from the very beginning.
No.
I think we jumped in year 2 or 3.
Yeah.
It was the year that we honored Gordy Yance as the Bill Stroud Award winner. But I do remember in those early years it was a smaller crowd, and in those days if we raised $15,000-$20,000, that was a big deal.
We were excited.
Very excited, and so that it has grown organically. And as Paula said, we've had 12 in-person events plus the 2 years, so this has got a 14-year streak going. And we're really proud of the fact that it has grown, and I think the fact that it has grown is a tribute to what you said. We've really made an effort to make it a fun event, an evening out for people during the holiday season, early enough so it's not right on top of Christmas, but still a time when you can be infused with that holiday spirit and get dressed up. Good music we brought back 3-4 years ago with Ted Bure's jazz group, and of course every year the food service tries to improve the presentation and make the room look good. So that's something that started with Melissa, and it just keeps on going now. So it's grown quickly, it's grown well, it's grown profitably for Food for the Hungry, and we hope it has a bright future.
And we do want to say a special thanks to Sally Nelson and Kathy Breckler. They were there at the beginning, so thank you to those incredible ladies. But you are passing this on to the next generation over here. There's a real tie here. If you look, they look alike. You want to introduce these two ladies and tell them thank you?
Well, I think they can introduce themselves, but we have to credit Kathy Breckler, Kathy. I never know whether to call her Kathy.
We're just going to call her Kathy.
We'll call her Kathy. Kathy,
yeah.
You're the one that brought along Amy and Louisa to kind of pick up the ball since your retirement, and so they've done a great job.
We do have Louisa Baroni Gant and Amy Quinlivan. You two ladies took on this challenge of coordinating the gala this year. So share your thoughts and some highlights for both of you of a beautiful evening.
Well, I think we had a great turnout. We had a fun photo booth that I saw everybody taking advantage of. We had wonderful food. I'll let you talk about the desserts.
The desserts, oh my
I
goodness.
want to talk.
I really wanted to find out if there were still any leftovers.
Oh my gosh, I still got a piece in my fridge.
The to-go,
Yes, that was a
to-go
new touch,
platters were
right?
really a hit.
Very
So
popular.
this year's desserts were all recipes from the Gambier cookbook that was put out years and years ago. So we picked 7 different cakes from the cookbook, and those 7 different cakes were spread out throughout the evening on different tables. And so if you didn't like the cake that was at your table, you could go to another table
Or even
and
if
try
you
that
did
cake. Or
like
if you
the
did,
you get an extra to go.
And then at the end of the evening, we encourage people to take some cake from your table or go to another table and take a to-go box home with a piece of cake for later that night. And Louise and I were the last people to leave, and we saw people walking out with 3 and 4 containers of cake. So I think it was a big hit. People really liked that.
Yeah.
Like Louisa said, we saw lots of people in the
Yes.
photo booth. The mayor and his wife were getting their pictures taken.
Oh, it
So
was so much
I think
fun.
that was fun for everyone. The
Right.
music was fabulous.
Yeah.
So you connected this event to Kenyon's bicentennial as you celebrate. Tell us a little bit more, because as Paula mentioned, each table had a theme.
Right. We've been celebrating all year long because the college was founded in 1824, so it's 2024. And I think we still have one big date coming up. December 29th is the day of incorporation. So we're really milking this year. But this was a nice added moment to celebrate Kenyon's 200-year history and just 200 years a part of this community too. So especially with doing this very generous thing for our community, which is just part of Kenyon's culture. So it was a neat time.
That's a great celebration. Well, we have Melissa Boffman-Salmons here from the Kenyon Inn. You did something special to keep the party going. Do you want to tell us about that?
We had a wonderful signature cocktail that our bartenders came up with, the Winter White Cranberry Cosmopolitan. It was a big hit, and I think that got people on the dance floor and kept them there. We donated that to the event, and we also did the tree topper, the bottle of Dom Perignon, as a donation for the raffle.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you had an after party
We did.
here,
We
and you
hosted.
gave a little bit extra too.
We did. We gave special rates on our feature cocktails, and we also gave reduced rate rooms for anyone who wanted to stay overnight because they danced too long.
Yeah.
They were tired to drive home.
That was really special. So Melissa, you had been involved with AVI, but now as the Kenyon Inn, why is it important for you to keep supporting the gala and this incredible campaign that we have, Food
Sure.
for the Hungry?
Just being, the connection with the community and being able to do something to help this time of year is especially important. The gala was always my favorite event, my baby, I guess. I loved it from start to finish, and working with Mr. and Mrs. Brony and all of the great folks that have been involved, it was always a lot of fun for me to put together, so it's nice to be back.
One special part of the gala is the special awards that you give out. Can you talk about those, Louisa and Amy?
So the Stroud Award, which was already mentioned, was given to Joan Jones to recognize her 50+ years of service in this community, many of those years at People's Bank. And she's just been involved in the nonprofit community here in Knox County for years and years, and was a very
It's hard to find a committee she
deserving
hasn't seen.
recipient.
Very deserving.
And it was great to meet her. I hadn't met her, but I know she just seemed very honored and pleased to be recognized, and had a nice time accepting the award and giving some remarks. And she had 2 tables full of guests. It was a really nice
That's
moment
wonderful.
for her.
Yeah, and if I could interject to introduce her, we had the Whites, and Bruce and Joan go back a long way in terms of working together, I believe, on Chamber. And for a long time, we've all worked together on the hospital board, and Joan chaired the hospital board for quite a while. And I think that's where he and Joan really bonded in that relationship.
And then we also this year gave out the Founders Award that went to Tom Stamp. The year before it was to Jerry Scott. And to make some connections with Tom and the Founders Award in the evening, one of the cakes that was on the table was Tom Stamp's recipe for the carrot cake. That was his recipe. And then one of his favorite items to cook at home was lasagna. And so we used his lasagna recipe, and that was on the
That's
buffet.
his?
So yes,
Oh
that's
my
Tom
goodness,
was Tom.
that was so good. Oh my
I
It was
know.
very good, yes.
I needed a
I took
container
some
for them.
leftovers
You
of
did
that
not.
home.
That's what I wanted to do.
I took that and the lemon cake. So
The lemon cake was amazing, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, I know that the two of you have thank yous. I'm not asking you to list everyone, but as you think of Friday night and how amazing it was, who do you want to say thank you to?
My first thank you goes to Tim Naviska. And everybody here at Kenyon, but Tim was great setting up all of the AV needs that we needed. And, you know, we had our colleagues in the events office, Tashana from ABI, and all of the hardworking folks in ABI.
And Gary Sweeney and maintenance, and all of our planning committee members, the Baronies,
Absolutely.
and Kathy and Sally Nelson, who helped us kind of know what we were doing this year, since this was our first year planning.
And how about the Mount Vernon High School Key Club, who came out
absolutely.
and
Yes.
helped us get the invitations
Mount
all
stuff.
assembled and in the mail
That was
in
good
record
this year
time.
too.
Yes,
They were
the Mount
great.
Vernon Key Club
Record
needed
time.
volunteer service hours, so we invited them out, and they put all the invitations. There were over 375 invitations that they
In less than an
folded
hour, I
and put
think.
together and stamped and mailed, and so that was a huge help
Yes.
to help the committee do that. And that was fun to bring the high school
Yeah.
students in and let them be a part of this and understand what we were doing and why. And
Our
All of our
auctioneer
tables
was
so
actually
good.
our
Yeah.
auctioneer.
yeah,
Our
yeah.
table sponsors, community members who came
Yeah.
out and were generous that evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely took a village.
And a big part of the night was the Fund a Cause, where the participants, people in attendance, were able to purchase truckloads of food or purchase services that will be used for maybe helping a family keep the heat on, maybe for rental assistance, or maybe a gas voucher that they need to go to an appointment. And I love that you offered both and offered that opportunity. So, well, ladies, I think it's time for you to announce the 2024 Gala total.
Do we have some? Oh, sorry. That sign
okay.
doesn't go to this total.
You just get to
We
say
do.
I'm
it.
not gonna. Spoiler alert, there's a sign coming. Okay. Our total
For the 2024
Snowflake
is
Gala is $85,000.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we have Lisa Lloyd down here. Lisa, as you serve as vice chair for our board for Food for the Hungry, and I'm also a board member, but I don't, thank you's just not enough. Those two words are not enough for what you do at this event, not just at the event, but all year long. The support that Kenyon gives this community, how involved they are, but maybe share from your heart how appreciative we are and how much gratitude we have for this event.
I mean, I think you said it perfectly. Every year we have a total for Food for the Hungry, and we definitely couldn't even reach that goal if it wasn't for the Snowflake Gala and all of the hard work that you're doing to put that on. I know at the end of the day on Friday, after we did the drive all day, we still had money that needed to be raised, and we wouldn't have come anywhere close to it without the Snowflake Gala. So I want to say thank you so much, and thank you for taking it on, because I know that we need people to run it, and I know that you'll have some great ideas going forward in the future.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right, well, Lisa, you get the privilege
I
of
have to
announcing
sign.
our new overall Food for the Hungry total. This
Drum roll.
includes the gala total,
The
so
gala.
go for it.
We have $300,767.32.
Wow.
And half truckloads of food.
Thank you so much to your entire team. Thanks to Kenyon College. We hope to be back here next year talking about this wonderful event. Thanks so much for being part of Food for the Hungry. You are making a difference and helping us live out our slogan, working together to care for our neighbors.